Hey Meatball, this is Pilot. I see you bought the changesuns. I did too, and I really like them. They work out really well. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not, but I also mounted mine pretty much like you almost have to. I mean, if you want to stay with a conventional mounting position, it's the least amount of work, and they seem to fit pretty well. These are 2-inch tires on the mains and 1 3/4 inch on the nose. The only thing I had to do to the area was to just replace the foam with blocks of this 1/4 inch square basswood as a base, and then I also put some 1/16 thin sheet of plywood. I put that down. I cut 4 little strips and set it on top of the balsa or the basswood, and that made for a nice strong base. You can see I'm not going to put the gear doors on. The gear stick out just a little bit below the fuselage, but they tuck up real nice and look pretty good, you know, in flight. You hardly see them. So that's the way I did it. The trickiest part on the changesuns was bending the gear axles, because the struts themselves had to be bent, and I just went on a big heavy vise and measured about 10 times and then bent once. And assuming that you do a careful job, you should be able to get them to squeeze in there pretty well. I did also have to hone out a little bit around the wheel just to make sure that nothing hangs up, but these are such robust struts, I don't think anything's going to get bent or pushed out of shape too far, especially since I've got them secured in there so well. And then I've got another piece of plywood planking across the top of those 2 1/4 inch pieces that support the retract mechanism. So it's in there really good, and also helps strengthen the boom a little bit as well. The trickiest part of these things is going to be the nose gear for you, I think, because it is a packaging nightmare. You can see how tightly everything is in there with the retracts. The same thing with the bass board that I put in there for the base of the retract, and then I applied it with a couple of 3 layers of the plywood. I'm going to do a pull system. That's what those 2 little cotter pins are you see there on the servo. The servo has to sit low enough so that it's completely below the worm gear section of the retracts, otherwise it won't retract properly. And these actually do go down far enough to where if I wanted to, I could put the nose gear door on there. And those again are 1 3/4 inch tires. The only thing you have to do with the changesuns is, like I say, bend the wire, being careful to, you know, keep it correct. Don't make a mistake and bend it wrong, or you'll be fighting to try to get it back together again. And also, you're going to have to buy some struts. I'm sorry, not struts, but the axles themselves didn't come with it. And all the pull hardware, and that's actually kind of expensive. I think I spent like 15 bucks on cotter pins and little shit like that just to make the thing work. And I'm still trying to figure out how to pull up the slack and tension it properly when the thing goes down into the gear. I haven't actually done anything yet to hook that up. But the retracts work great, and I think you're going to like yours a whole lot.